Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm starting off on a ketogenic diet, so a few people ask me what do I eat on a daily basis, and so I'm gonna make you a meal. This is the first episode of Keto Meals, and here we go. I'm gonna make some grass-fed ground beef with cabbage, and I'm gonna show you how to make it. All right, so let's get started. All right, we're gonna start with one onion. What you're gonna do is that you're gonna cut the onion in half. Of course, take the skins off. You're gonna cut it lengthwise. So you turn it around and you cut it lengthwise. Alright, you want to cut it lengthwise because your cabbage is going to be lengthwise too, so you want it to match your cabbage. Alright? Alright, there you go. Push that aside. And then we can actually put this in this bowl. And also green onion. I'm going to use 3 of them today. Spring onions, green onions, doesn't matter what you call them. I'm just going to use these portions of it. Put it with the other onion. Of course, garlic. Use how much cloves of garlic that you want. My family, we tend to love more garlic. Get rid of that. We got that garlic, put it in the bowl. So I know I showed a few cloves of garlic there, but actually I'm going to add a little bit more, but I'm going to add it off camera so it makes it a lot faster. Right, I'm going to wash up here. Right. Great. And then we're going to cut the cabbage. I'm going to use 1 head of cabbage because I'm making for a family of 5. Not only a family of 5, but I'm going to have enough for leftovers. All right. What you want to do is take off the core. Just like so. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut it in half. Right? From half, what are you going to do is you're going to cut it again in another half. And from here, we're going to shred it. So I have this piece, not so good looking. I'm going to throw it out away. And then from here, you're going to shred it from here. You can shred it from any part, but basically, just like so. You can even cut it down this way if you want. It doesn't matter. Set that aside. And I'm going to cut the other one. Cut this in half again. Set that aside. And then this last piece. before we go over the stove and cook, we're missing a little bit of ginger. So I'm gonna grate some ginger. How much ginger? It depends on your taste, but in my family we love ginger, so I'm gonna use about a teaspoon of this. So I'm using the microplane here. With the microplane, I'll just grate away to make it smooth. You can also chop it up fine. You can use also ginger powder. You can use ginger powder. All right, I think that will be enough. We just got almost about a teaspoon here, as you can see. All right. And also I'm gonna use lemongrass. So I'm gonna cut off the end of lemongrass here. So what I'm gonna do with the lemongrass is I'm gonna saute the lemongrass a little bit with the oil. And then you just cut it in half. And from here you just cut it in half. All right, now let's go over to the stove and let's cook. All right, so here we got some garlic. I end up peeling more garlic. I probably used the whole big bunch of it. Of course, the onion that we cut in the green onions. And over here, as you can see, we have the ginger and we have the lemongrass. And that's a teaspoon of ginger. Then we got a teaspoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of salt, just a pinch of cayenne pepper. And then we go with the fats. Of course, we do have the butter, and it's Kerrygold butter. And that is extra virgin coconut oil that we have. In this plate right here, we have red wine vinegar. So a teaspoon, actually it's 2 teaspoons of red wine vinegar and a teaspoon of balsamic vinegar. And you know, here we have 3 things. We have oregano, thyme, and turmeric. So that's a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of thyme, and half a teaspoon of turmeric. And we're gonna go and put this together. So we're gonna start with the fat first. So we're just gonna throw this in. There goes, the fat is in. And then we're just gonna throw in the lemongrass. All right, after the lemongrass, we just throw everything else that's in, all the aromatics. Throw it in nicely, mix it up. Good. Let me just sweat this down. And I did put it on medium high. Let me just sweat this out. All right, put that down. Gonna let that sweat out for a while, and once it's all sweat out, I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's all sweat down right before we put in the beef. Right, that's what it's supposed to look like right before we put in the beef. And this beef is the 100% grass-fed beef. That's about 2 pounds of grass-fed beef, and I am using the 85 out of 100, so it's 85% lean and 15% fat. That's what they sold in my local grocery store, so this is what I'm going to use. All right, so I'm going to put that in here. All right, after I put that in here, I'm going to add the salt, cayenne pepper, and the black pepper. I'm going to sprinkle that over the beef, and I'm going to give it a stir. All right, I'm going to let this cook down a little bit. All right, after you have mixed it, let it sit down and relax from its block state that it was in. Even though it wasn't frozen, it's just packed tightly. We can add in the herbs. So again, the turmeric, the oregano, and the thyme. We're just going to spread that over like so. And also what we're going to do is we're going to add in that ginger. Remember that teaspoon of ginger that we added in. All right. And then I'm just going to give that a stir up. Once the beef is cooked down and fairly well cooked and leaves a little brown streaks at the bottom. All Alright, the beef looks like this. There's quite a few fat on the bottom. I'm starting it off, which I like, as you know that it's a ketogenic diet, so you need fats because you don't run off of carbohydrates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the vinegars. Put that in and give it a mix up. Alright, now at this stage right here, after it's incorporated well, you want to give it a taste, and now you can adjust the taste. Add any more salt, pepper, spiciness if you want to. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to give it a taste. Oh wow, that's great, man. The smell, it's amazing. Okay, right after this stage, if you're satisfied with the taste, and of course you have to adjust the taste once you put the cabbage in, because the cabbage has a lot of liquid in it too, but it's going to add that last end of sweetness that you need to round off the beef. So I'm going to add the cabbage in, and then I'm going to reduce it, and I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Now what you're going to do is you're going to use a little bit of soy sauce. So I got 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, and I know what you guys thinking, soy sauce, carbs, whatever it is. What you're going to do is you're going to find yourself a low carbohydrate soy sauce, and you just look around, and what I found out, this brand does it perfectly. And let me see if I can get it right over here. Yes, you can see it's 1 gram of carbohydrate per tablespoon. So we have 4 grams of carbohydrates in here, but that's for the whole pot. So don't be shy, don't be saying that this is not a low carbohydrate meal. It is. So I'm just going to add it in. All right, and that's the last thing. That's the last taste adjustment I'm going to add in, and that's to round off the flavor. And not only that, counterbalance the cabbage that was there that let off this liquid, and not only that, made the food a little bit bland, and so we have to add it. All right, so I'm going to show you the end product what it looks like when it's done. And the cabbage, you can see it's about halfway there. I'll show you the end product soon. All right, this is done. I'm not sure if you can see, but this is what it looks like right now. And as you can see here, that the cabbage is wilted. I'm going to take that piece. A little crunch to it. Not too much done, just a slight crunch. You want to leave a slight crunch for a little bit of vitamins. I'm going to plate it for you. All right. And what you can do is you can serve this over cauliflower rice or any other vegetables. You can eat it yourself like this, and it's delicious as is. All right, and I'm gonna show you a little bit more. That's what it looks like. All right, thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please subscribe and check out more. All right.